Hello. Welcome to our channel, Mathematics Resource Center. Just pause the video, read through the question, and we are ready to begin when you are.
Number 26, 3x squared plus 7x minus 6 is equivalent to. So this is factorization, right? So the first thing is we're going to write down our expression. So that's 3x squared plus 7x minus 6. Good. The next thing that we're going to do is to identify our A, B, and C. So 3 is our A, 7 is our B, and 6 is our C. All right, good. Now that we have identified what our A, B, and C are, we're going to find the value of AC. So multiplying 3 times negative 6 gives us negative 18. Then the next thing we're going to do after finding our AC is to find our factors. So we're interested in finding which two number, when added or subtracted, gives us negative 18. So let's look at the factors of 18. So 1 and 18, when I add 1 plus 18, do I get 7? No. When I subtract 1 from 18, do I get 7? No. So 1 and 18 is not my answer, it's not my factors. Let's look at 3 and 6. When I add 3 plus 6, do I get 7? No. When I subtract 3 from 6, do I get 7? No. So 3 and 6 is definitely not my factors. Now let's look at 2 and 9. When I add 2 and 9, do I get 7? No. However, when I subtract 2 from 9, I get 7. So 2 and 9 is my possible factors. Alright? So let's look at the signs to really determine if 2 and 9 is our factors. So the signs, we have 2 and we have 9. If I put a plus in front of the 2, make the 2 positive, and make the 9 negative, would I get a positive 7? No, because positive 2 minus 9 is negative 7. So my aim is to get the B that we have here, this positive 7. So if I put a plus 2 here and a minus and make the 9 negative, I'm not going to get positive 7. So that's no. Using the same two factors, the 2 and the 9, if I make the 2, however, negative and the 9 positive, will I get positive 7? Yes. Alright, so now what I've done is to replace 7x right here with these two factors. Negative 2, it doesn't matter the order, so it's negative 2x and positive 9. The order doesn't matter. Now that I've replaced 7x with that, I am going to go ahead and factorize. I'm going to factorize my first two numbers here and then factorize my next two numbers there. Okay, so looking at the first two numbers, what's the highest number can be divided into 3 and 9 without leaving a remainder? That's 3. And looking at my variables, x is the only variable there and it's common to both. So x is going to be a part of my highest common factor. Good. Now that I've written down my highest common factor for these two terms, I'm just going to go ahead and open my bracket. So all I'm doing at this point is to factorize 3x squared plus 9x. So I open my bracket and I know that the 3 here will cancel the 3 there. And I would say 3x squared divided by x would just leave me with x. Another thing that you could have said is 3x squared divided by 3x. All right, so if you can manage to visualize it in that way, then you could just say 3x squared divided by 3x and the response would be x. Good. Now our sign remains the same, which is the plus that is here, and the next thing that we're going to do is to divide 9x by 3x. So 9 divided by 3 leave us with 3. And the x would cancel the x, or 9x divided by 3x leave us with 3. All right, whichever way makes it better for you to understand, just practice using that method in your head. All right, good. The next thing we're going to go is to the next two terms, these two terms. So we are finished with these two terms. Now we're going to move to the next two terms. So it's negative 2x minus 6x. One thing that we know is that whatever is in this bracket right here is expected to be in the bracket here, should be in the bracket here, for us to factorize this by grouping. So we're just going to write down our expectation, which is x plus 3 right here. So we have our bracket, and whatever is there is going to appear here as well. So that's x plus 3. Good. Now I'm going to look at the term here, which is negative 2x. All right, so I have x. So I'm looking at the term there, which is negative 2x, and I'm going to say, what can I multiply this x here by to get negative 2x? All right, and that's just negative 2. And I need to test to make sure that it works for the 3 here as well. So looking at the 3, if I multiply the 3 by negative 2, do I get negative 6? Yes, I do, right? So we know that our operation is correct right throughout. Final thing that you're going to do is that you have two of the same brackets. We're going to write down one, and then what's outside of each bracket is going to go into a bracket by itself, and we're finished. All right, so what's outside of the brackets, so it's 3x minus 2 or negative 2, and then in the other bracket it's one of these. Both are the same, you just write down one, and we're finished. So our answer is indeed 3x squared minus 2, x plus 3, which is C. All right, good.
And that brings us to the end of our video. Remember to like and subscribe. Thank you.